if this is working right now in my life. But if I am, my phone is not showing it to me. Sorry if this is gonna be a little chaotic. I have never been live on YouTube before. So, at least it says on my screen over there that I'm live. I'm gonna double check though. Oh, it just worked. Okay, I can see myself. Cool. Hey, what's up? I'm Ina. Let's get started. On our mats, we will enjoy a intuitive, free flow, hip opening flow. That's what I've planned. Otherwise, I've not planned anymore. I hope you can hear me okay. Yeah, so whenever you're ready, come onto your mat. I'm going to place my phone over here to see if it actually works or if it doesn't. If your needs are want props, just make sure that you have them ready with you. Alright, hope my surroundings will be pretty much quiet because I don't live in a quiet neighborhood. But we will get started in a child's pose. So toes together, knees maybe hip width or mat width apart or close together, whatever feels good. Remember that this is your practice, your choice, and just do whatever feels good. Sinking your hips towards your heels, walking your hands towards the top of your mat, maybe staying on your fingertips, and then allowing your heart to melt to the floor. Maybe your forehead too, maybe your forehead can touch. It's not necessary to look though, just go with whatever feels good. Maybe moving from left to right, shifting your hips from left to right. Maybe you can creep your hands forwards a little more, lengthening the base of your neck. Maybe finding a little bit of stillness, or continue with your movements. Maybe massaging your forehead if your forehead is touching the floor. Connecting with your breath in this moment. Maybe sealing your lips and inhaling and exhaling through your nose if that feels right. Trying to really lengthen your upper body, melting your palms into the floor. If you feel safe, you always have the option to close your eyes. Aiming to really fill up your entire body, belly, chest, and throat with fresh and cool air. And then focusing on your exhales, pulling your navel towards your spine, fully exhaling out all stale air. On your next inhale, aiming to walk your hands a little higher with the top of your mat, keeping your neck long. And on your exhale, walking your hands over to the right sides. Maybe you can clasp your hands on top of each other, grounding into your left hip and finding a huge side stretch here. Maybe moving your hips again if that feels good. Really allowing yourself to explore and be creative in your body today. Feeling a nice length in your left side body. Deep inhale to create more space. And exhale, maybe you can melt a little further into your side bend. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, walking over back to your center. Making sure you're keeping your neck long. Inhale to lengthen your upper body. And exhale, walking your hands over to the left side, grounding into your right hip. Maybe continuing with your movement if you enjoy that today. Noticing how your body feels different every day and how that's completely fine. So maybe today stillness feels good, or maybe today movement feels good. Just choosing whatever does and not judging yourself for whichever choice you make. Inhale, exhale, let it go. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, returning back to center for one deep breath here. Inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your nose or your mouth. Now, let's start with general intuitive movement for waking up the spine. So maybe you can try to create small little waves in your spine. Starting at the base of your glorious booty and going up the spine to the shoulders. Maybe you want to create bigger movements. Paying attention to what feels good today in your body and what doesn't. And just, treating yourself on your mat today. forwards, and exhale, roll back. Really feeling every single movement in your spine and in your core and wherever else. Sorry about my runny nose, I think I have allergies here. Maybe bringing your knees hip width apart if that feels better. Just stretching a little bit through the spine. Continuing with your movement. And then whenever you feel ready, finding your tabletop position. So your knees are hip width apart. Your toes are pointing backwards, maybe shaking out your toes for a moment. Your hands, your wrists are below your shoulders, fingers are spread wide. And slightly pulling your navel towards your spine to neutralize your back. Slightly tucking your chin to lengthen the base of your neck. And then you can continue with intuitive movements or inhaling, shoulders back and down, dropping the belly, lifting your sacrum, maybe look forwards or up. And then you exhale, pushing through your hands, pushing the floor away from you, spreading your shoulders and rounding your back, looking towards your navel. Inhale, drop your belly, shoulders back and down and up. Exhale, pushing through your navel, rounding your back. One more deep inhale, shoulders back and down, drop your belly. Exhale, pushing belly up. Keeping one of those two and moving from left to right, finding new sensations. Finding maybe a deeper stretch or a different type of stretch. And then placing your hands further up towards the top of your mat, fingers spread wide. Middle index finger, is pointing towards the top of your mat. Elbows stick tucked in. Shoulders are engaged, tucking your feet, tucking your knees, and pushing yourself up into your downward facing dog. Feet are hip width apart, or toes are touching where it feels good. Energetically pulling your tailbone towards the sky and your heels towards the floor. Maybe bending and straightening one knee at a time. In your downward facing dog, finding anything that feels good right now, and opening your hamstrings if your legs do not have to be completely straight. Maybe finding a moment of stillness, making sure you're really pushing the floor away from you. Your shoulders should be close to your ears. Deep breaths here. Continue with your breath. Maybe shifting one side over, like moving your right hip to the right, and then back to the left. Feel free to step your feet a little further apart. And the next exhale, using your right hand to grab on the outside of your left ankle, bringing a gentle downward dog from the wrist. Moving your hips back to the right. Straighten out the hips a little more. Maybe you can look below your left shoulder. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, returning back to center. One deep inhale. And on the exhale, moving your left hand on the outside of your right ankle, twisting over, moving your left hip a little further back, maybe looking below your armpit. I'm good with English today. Deep breaths here, even if you're more restricted in your inversion and twist. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, returning back to downward facing dog. Maybe walking your feet even more outwards, your hands a little bit further back, moving from side to side. Getting into your inner thighs, hamstrings. Just see where else you can feel it and what feels good. If you ever feel pain, just back off and don't do that. If you're uncomfortable, try to breathe through it. Whenever you feel ready, finding your normal downward facing dog again, bringing your feet hip width apart once more. Deep breaths here. Getting ready on your next inhale. Come onto your toes and lift your right foot up, finding your three-legged dog. Pushing with your arms into the floor with your hands. Pushing the floor away from you and lifting your right foot as high as you can, trying to keep your hips square. On your exhale, bending your right leg at the knee, maybe creating some movements, opening up your hips already. Trying to keep your shoulder parallel to the floor. Maybe drawing some circles. Noticing how your balance is shifting. In your next inhale, re-straightening your leg. And on your exhale, trying to bring your knee to your nose and step in between your hands. Lowering your left knee onto the floor and tucking your toes, engaging the left glutes. Make sure that your hips are square. Shoulder down feels good. You can place your hands on your right knee, or maybe lifting your hands up, palms facing each other. Energetically pulling your inner thighs towards each other so you'll feel a gentle lift. Keep breathing. Your pelvis is slightly tucked, the core is engaged. Exhale, maybe come a little deeper into this pose. Last inhale. On your exhale, bringing your hands down, shifting your hips back, flexing your front toe, finding your half split position. Making sure your hips are square here as well. Maybe inviting another movement here, shifting your hips from left to right, allowing yourself to find and explore new sensations. Maybe finding stillness. Maybe you want to start bending more over your front leg, doing like similar to kind of push-ups, I don't know. Maybe on your fingertips, maybe on your palms, whatever feels good. Getting a little deeper into your stretch here. Maybe finding stillness in that feels good. Again, your practice, your choice. Exhalation, back legs. So your right foot to the outside of your hands. Bringing both hands to the inside below your shoulders. And have your toes pointing slightly outwards, finding your lizard pose. Again, inviting some movement if that feels good, shifting your hips from left to right. I love this one. It gets so deep into your groins, so especially if you're working towards your splits, these exercises will definitely help you get there. So moving from left to right, sinking a little deeper, maybe bouncing around a little bit. Just seeing what feels good. Always just checking in with yourself. You can also tuck your left foot, straighten and lift up your knee, and shift forwards and backwards into another lizard pose variation. Depending on your level, different things will feel better or worse. So just always intentionally in the block. Nose space blocks below your hands, in more space. And then if you want a more advanced pose, lowering your left knee, untucking your toes, maybe coming onto your forearms. Maybe continuing to move a couple of times from left to right. You can also bring your left arm parallel to the top of your mat, bending your left knee and trying to grab with your right hand from the outside of your left foot. Pulling your foot a little closer, your heels a little closer to your bottom. Finding a gentle twist and a deeper stretch in your groins and your thighs and wherever else you feel it. Maybe you can open your heart to the right or up. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Slowly release on your exhale. If you found your twist, bringing your hands back below your shoulders. Maybe lifting, tucking and lifting your left leg back up. And then coming into your pigeon pose. If pigeon is inaccessible, come onto your back and find your figure four. Bringing your right knee in line with your right hip. Slightly flexing your right foot. And just making sure your left leg is in line with the left hip. Maybe you can walk your hands a little bit closer to your hips and sit a little more up. Hips are square, knees are engaged. If you want to play around here, which you're always welcome to do, maybe placing your left hand on your right leg and your right hand on your outside of your left knee, finding a twist. Continue breathing. Or if you want to play with a king pigeon, grabbing with your left leg, left hand on your left foot. Always having fun. Or if you want to find another deep variation, maybe coming onto your forearms, you can always move your hips from left to right, getting to all of them deep in this here. Deep breaths here. Maybe finding stillness if that feels good, or finding your full sleeping pajamas. Breathing into your hips, releasing any emotions that might come up without judgment. Maybe already coming back up. Maybe continue moving from left to right. Maybe tucking your left foot, swinging your right leg around, finding your half rock on your mat. So your left leg is extended along, your right leg can maybe even find a 90-degree angle here. Just don't bring it higher than your hips. Maybe flexing your chest, feeling the gentle opening on your inner thighs. Continue breathing deeply here. If you feel playful, maybe coming on the outside edges of your mat on your fingertips. And inhale, adding like full variation. Exhale, rolling back down. Accentuating your spine in every single vertebrae. Inhale, rolling up. Shoulders back and down. Head space. Exhale. One more time if you want. Inhale. And exhale. Placing your hands below your shoulders, elbows stay tucked in, bringing your right foot back in. On your inhale, bringing your shoulders back and down, finding an up dog position, maybe shifting from one foot onto the other, finding some extra movement. Maybe just lifting your entire upper body beautifully out if that feels good. And on your exhale, back into your downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder width apart, fingers are spread wide. Maybe bringing your toes together if that feels good. On your inhale, come onto your toes. And one vertebrae at a time, rolling forwards into the high plank, stepping your shoulders above your wrists, tucking your pelvis, engaging your core, bringing your navel towards your spine. And on your exhale, bending your knees and pushing yourself back into downward facing dog. Two more. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, roll backwards. Imagine to move like a wave, or honey. Whatever sounds good to you today. Maybe moving slower than you want to. Just enjoying the playful control that you have in your breath, in your body. Last one. Exhale, staying in your downward facing dog for a moment. Reconnecting with your breath. And on your next inhale, lifting the left leg up, pushing the floor away from you, pulling your shoulders towards your ears by pressing the floor away from you, lifting your left leg, maybe bending it at the knee, finding some movements here, trying to keep your shoulders clear to the mat, maybe drawing some circles. On your next inhale, lengthening your leg once more, straightening it out. Exhale, knee to nose, step it in between your hands. Lowering your right knee, onto the floor, untucking your toes. Then moving a little from left to right if it feels good, engaging your right glute. Maybe again bringing your hands onto your right knee, left knee, today. Shoulders back and down, slightly tucking your pelvis. And making sure your hips are square, so if you have to come out of the pose, that's totally fine. Energetically pulling your inner thighs towards each other. Feeling the gentle lift. Keep breathing, making your hands up and holding. Maybe bouncing around a little bit. Just allow yourself to be creative and playful. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Last inhale. On your exhale, bringing your hands down. You're shifting back into your half split, flexing your front foot. You don't have to fully straighten your front knee. You can keep the back bend in if that feels better for you. Making sure your hips are square, maybe including some weighted movement here. If you do it on the other side, if that feels good. Or maybe start moving with your upper body towards your leg once more. Taking one of your push-ups here. Keep breathing. Shifting this from left to right, whatever feels good. Your next inhale, move back forwards, bringing both hands below your shoulders on the inside of your left leg. Heel turn your left foot out so that the toes are slightly more out than your heels. And then we'll maybe coming onto the outside of your left foot, coming into a deeper stretch in your groins and wherever else you feel it. Or maybe tucking your right foot, lifting your knee up, shifting forwards and backwards, really getting into your groins. Continue breathing through your discomfort. We store a lot of emotions in our hips. So whenever you're practicing openers, it might just feel very emotional and it might seem like it's out of nowhere, but it's just a good release. Just allow that to happen without judgment. Maybe again placing your right knee on the floor, bringing your right arm out and parallel with the top of your mat, bending your right knee and guiding with your left hand on your right foot. Opening up your heart to the side or even up, and pulling your right foot closer to your right glutes. Keep breathing, you're doing great. One more deep breath. And on your exhale, slowly release wherever you are. Maybe coming back up onto your hands, tucking your right foot, lifting your knee, and coming into your pigeon pose. Placing your left knee one line with the left hip, flexing your left foot, extending your right leg in one line with your hip. Maybe straightening your spine, sitting up straight, maybe including some movement. Yeah, feels good. Maybe placing your right hand on your left knee or on your left thigh, finding another twist, your left hand on your right leg. Always staying respectful to your current stage. Maybe returning another twist. If you want to play with your kingfish, probably with your right hand on your right foot. Back bending gently. Or coming onto your forearms. Maybe continuing with your gentle movements here. An option to always find your sleeping pigeon when you fully surrender the upper body over your front thigh, front leg. Continue breathing. Allowing yourself to move deeper into the pose with your exhales and use your step. You can do it. One more deep breath here. Whenever you're ready, creeping your hands back up, placing your hands below your shoulders, approximately tucking your right foot and bringing your left leg on the outside, finding your half rock position once more. Your right leg is straight, your left is bent, possibly 90-degree angle or less. Maybe staying here, moving from left to right. Or if you enjoyed the other movements, coming onto your fingertips, place on the outside of your mat, elbows go out and out. On the inhale, one very big time, rolling up and over, shoulders back and down, lifting your heart space, lengthening your neck. And on the exhale, melting back down. So the more of it feels right, deep inhale, move up. And exhale, melts back down. Last one if you want. Deep inhale. And exhale all the way down, bringing your hands below your shoulders or below your elbows, bringing your elbows close to the body, bringing both toes back towards each other. Inhale, stepping it down. Cobra all the way up into your upward facing dog. Maybe again moving a little bit your hips from left to right, your glutes are engaged, or finding stillness. And on your exhale, pressing back into your downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Maybe you can feel a difference compared to when you started the practice today, how your body feels now. In your own time and in your own travel, top of your mat, feet are hip width apart, hinging from your hips, letting your upper body drop over your legs. Maybe grabbing onto opposite elbows, if that feels good, finding little ragdoll, moving from left to right. Your knees can stay bent if that feels better. Don't overextend either. On your next inhale, placing your hands on the floor or somewhere along your legs. Shoulders back and down, rounding your collarbones, finding your arm for a lift. And on your exhale, move back down. Maybe nodding and shaking your head to release any tension. Bending your knees, and on your inhale, rolling up all the way. Head comes up last into your mountain pose. Make sure to roll backwards. Inhale, hands over your head. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart space. Feeling your heart beat. Noticing how you're feeling. Deep breath here. Now coming possibly sideways onto your mat. Stepping feet out far. Toes are pointing outwards. And then placing your hands on your thighs. Slowly moving down. Placing your hands with your fingers on your inner thighs. Closer to your knees. Finding a goddess variation. Maybe moving from left to right if you resonate with that. Shoulders back and down. Maybe bouncing around a little bit. Or finding stillness, whatever feels good. Pushing with your hands, the knees rather outwards. Finding a deep stretch in your hips. If you want to rather have a little workout, finding your balance. Maybe you can bring your shoulders over your hips. Maybe hands up in front of your heart space. Whatever feels good. Optional to move into one skandasana on the left and then over to the right, or bringing your toes in and heels out, folding forwards. Maybe placing your forearms on the floor, that feels good. If you want to play with an inversion like pincha or headstand, go for it. Maybe you want to just be like me here, playing around here for a little bit. Deep breaths here. Trying to really surrender into your mat, into this pose. Maybe you can lift your hips higher to the sky. Coming back up, bringing your heels back. Deep yogi squat. If this is not accessible, just stay in your goddess and keep opening up your hips. I always move from left to right. You can also create a pistol grip with your hands, moving forwards. And then maybe finding another side stretch. Moving from left to right if it feels good. Or moving your right shoulder towards your right knee. Maybe including someone movement. Good to the other side. You can also always find curl props or asana. Arm balance. Shoulders back and down. Try to straighten your back. Whenever you feel ready, building the circular booty. Extending your legs out as far as you can. Finding a wide-legged seat. Flexing your feet if possible. Maybe sitting on a block if you want some help still. Maybe moving from left to right. Or drawing some circles, just paying attention to what feels best. You can also move from, find another side stretch, placing your right hand on the floor in front of your foot. Maybe coming onto your forearm, extending your left hand over. Returning and coming back on the other side. Remember to stay respectful. It's not about the pose, it's about the sensation. For the second round, I usually love to bring my entire right hand on the floor and try to grab onto the right foot with my left hand. Maybe you can open your heart space a little more to the sky. Exhale, return back to center. And then finding the same thing on your other side. Doing whatever feels good. You don't have to be as deep in the pose as me. I just feel like I haven't done an advanced class or intermediate in a while. So I'm just going to suggest deeper options today. Maybe returning back to center. And if it feels right, maybe coming onto your forearms. Or staying on your fingertips and just moving forwards and backwards. Whatever feels good. You can also fully pancake down all the way. Finding the deep or one of the deepest variations. If you feel playful, maybe you want to lift your hands and place them on your back. Lengthening your neck wherever you are. Maybe grabbing onto your feet, finding one cheek or the other. And whenever you're ready, slowly coming back up. Let's come into a full front position, because why not? So, making your way up, coming onto your knees. Maybe placing your hands on the floor in front of you. And then moving outwards. Finding maybe a 90-degree angle with your feet, not less than that. Moving your hips back so that they're in one line with your knees. And then maybe wiggling around a little bit. Aiming to bring your pelvis closer to the floor. You can also come into your forearms. Laying down all the way. Keep breathing. This is a really intense pose, but you can do it. Just use your breath. One more deep breath wherever you're at. Maybe wiggling yourself a little further into your pose. Staying maybe longer than you want to, but feeling your emotions come up and release. Slowly making your way up, supporting your way out. If you want to relate with Vinyasa, feel free to do that. You can't just look at this, totally fine. You can work with blocks or just find half split position. Bringing your right leg to the front, finding another low lunge here, and tucking your toes possibly. And then start moving down into your hip opener, flexing or pointing your front leg, trying to keep your hips square. Toes back and down, engaging your glutes and your thighs and everything. You can also try with back bends, or
that's
forward folds,
beautiful. Yeah.
or just staying and wiggling around. One more deep breath here. And then swinging your left leg forwards, finding an L seat, flexing your feet, maybe you lean forwards, finding another forward fold. I always include tiny movements, so feel free to do that too. Find different sensation, different practice. Or if you usually do movements, maybe you want to make serious today. Either is totally fine. Now bending your left leg, swinging the right one around, finding your low lunge or half split, or moving forwards, aiming to find your foot. You're also slowly left to right, opening up your hips. Really engaging your inner thighs, spreading out the hips. Optional again to find the back bend or a forward fold. Continue breathing wherever you are. You're doing absolutely great.
You didn't have a basket, did you? Yeah.
One more deep breath.
We're buying new baskets.
And then moving your right foot forwards, coming onto your back, bringing the soles of your feet together, finding your reclined butterfly. If it resonates, placing your right hand on the belly and the left one on your heart space. Maybe also here within connecting with your normal breath. Closing your eyes if you feel safe.
Sure. Plug it in. Make it work.
And we're gonna have our Shavasana here today, unless you want to just extend and take up a lot of space. Finding your Shavasana. I'll not walk you through the entire Shavasana because I feel like the volume will be increased.
Hey, two people do it.
Just enjoying a few more deep breaths here.
Parents are good. They just need
Finding a sense of ground.
Right? It's been nice.
To showing up for yourself today, taking this precious time for yourself, and making yourself a priority.
Okay, that's enough for today.
Hopefully, feeling more released emotionally, but also
Automatically.
more spacey in your body. We enjoyed today's class and what you learned intuitive potential. Maybe found a couple of new sensations in your body, deeper expressions in your face. Maybe we're able to release some emotions, which will be amazing that we're very happy for you. I'm very grateful that you joined me today for my darkness life. Let me know if this is something that you would be interested in for me to do more often. And just how you like today's class in general. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you later. Most likely, this will be Friday's video because I'm currently very busy. So I will save this if I can figure out how, and then just enjoy it whenever you just need to, release emotions, want to take up space, need some time to ground yourself. Yeah, I'm very grateful to have you here. Have a wonderful rest of your day.